Every year, the King County Council awards the MLK Medal of Distinguished Service to people making a difference in our community. People answering Dr. King's question, what are you doing for others? We'd like you to meet some folks guaranteed to inspire you.
Hola, hola. Buenos días. This program is intended for family members, friend or neighbor caregivers, and parents that are caring and raising young children before they enter kindergarten. Arriba. And we specialize in reaching our Hispanic, Latinx community with our Spanish-speaking staff.
Van aquí, entonces tienes que ponerle resistor. ¿Nunca es eso?
And all of these children deserve to be prepared for kindergarten. And parents and caregivers deserve to have access to information to help be the child's first teacher. The North King County area is continually growing. It's more diverse. We have hidden pockets of poverty across our region.
North King County has about 10% of the population of King County, and we have about 10% of the needs, but we don't have 10% of the services. NUSA was created in 2009 to bring attention to the needs and challenges in North King County.
NUSA is a connector. They bring together different human service providers in our North King County area and make those connections. It's so important because as a provider, our focus is on the families that we work with.
We advocate for increased human services funding to build that capacity in North King County. We advocate for increased wages for our essential and hardworking human service providers. We also advocate for affordable housing options and policies. It's interesting to note that a $100 increase in rent is associated with a 9% increase in homelessness. Keeping people housed is paramount.
To have somebody like Celia be keeping that at the forefront of her mind, to say, hey, we're here, up here in North King County, don't forget about us. Knowing we have an advocate like that takes the time and energy to share our stories as providers. That's Celia, and that's NUSA.
It's not just about programs or systems, but it's about people, serving families and making sure that North King County is really the best place to live and raise a family and be a strong and healthy, connected community.
We want gun violence to stop right now.
When?
Now!
When?
Now!
In 2020, my child was murdered, so I ended up taking that pain. I just knew I had to get up. I knew that I just kept seeing mothers time after time, every day on the news, how they were impacted by the disease of gun violence. I wanted to be some type of support. Grassrooted, me and these mothers, we got us moms, and we created a space, right? It wasn't, here's a healing circle. We created a healing circle. We created a space of trust. And to be honest, it's not easy to just stand here, you know, and talk about this. So we got us help mothers be able to stand here and tell our story, right? And relive what we've been through, the trauma and the pain, right? But not just deal with the pain, but give back. Now what are we gonna do? What is the solution? And so the solution is being a part of our community, being a voice, right? Showing up. I wanna see moms change policies, right? And be a part of this journey. I just want this group of mothers, and there's so many. I wish I can just hug them, and I'm sending my love to them all. Don't give up, you know, don't give up. We can't do it alone. It's gonna take us all, right, to end this.
Today, I am honored to be able to recognize Snoqualmie Indian Tribe Chairman Bob De Los Angeles. from District 3's Martin Luther King Medal of Distinguished Service Award recipients. This award recognizes, as we've heard, those who have answered the question asked by Dr. Martin Luther King, "What are you doing for others?" Over time, he's held many positions within the tribal community, including council member, vice chairman, and as chair is the recognized spokesperson on behalf of the Snoqualmie tribe community, representing them locally, regionally, nationally at various events and celebrations throughout. Two of the recent events I was able to participate in, which further exemplifies his commitment to the local community, is the recognition of the emergency aid vehicle that the tribe was able to present to Eastside Fire and Rescue to aid in the emergency response, and the grand opening of this gorgeous Snoqualmie Indian Tribe Child Development Center operated by Bright Horizons. Chairman de Los Angeles truly championed the COVID recovery response, partnering with Eastside Fire and Rescue to provide over 40,000 shots to residents throughout the Snoqualmie Valley, Issaquah, and Sammamish, making sure we were all as healthy throughout the pandemic as possible. I'm honored to have had the opportunity to work with Chairman de Los Angeles, and I'm looking forward to all of the great work that we'll be able to do moving forward. Now, this hat is sacred, so I will not attempt to put it on, but I will hand it to you. Yes? Okay, very good.
Thank you for today's wonderful honor. It is impossible to live up to the leadership standards of Dr. Martin Luther King, who is also a great advocate of Native American civil rights, and I'm personally humbled to receive any award given in his name. However, I'm proud to accept the award on behalf of the Snoqualmie Indian Tribe because I am only one member of the tribe, and that every achievement that has ever come during my time has come collectively. I am not worthy of any award carried by Dr. King's name, but my people have for generations embodied Dr. King's values of nonviolently standing up for the human rights of all oppressed peoples and furthering the betterment of people equally. We have come so far in a lifetime, but it is incredible that when you realize that all this has been accomplished through the collective action of the Snoqualmie tribal people and the surrounding communities, governments working together, families working together to do the right thing, to do it the right way, with love, with compassion, with truth, and without violence. In closing, I am honored to accept this award in the memory of Dr. Martin Luther King and countless generations of Snoqualmie tribal leaders who have walked this same path of non-tribal leadership. Tigwit Chud. Thank you.
I was the first woman in the state to be a water commissioner. This is 1978, first woman. The good old boys were going to have a good old girl join the group. I decided to run for the legislature, and I got 59% first vote. We had 15 new members in the caucus, and the first thing the women did was to say no more smoking in the caucus meetings. They sort of looked at us as the Women's Sewing Circle Terrorist Society. Yeah. And anytime two of us sat down together in the back of the hall to talk about anything, they got worried about it. When the opportunity came to run for the county council, I ran. It was local government, and I really wanted to be involved with local government, do a lot of things that made a difference in people's lives. Evidently, I had been the first woman to be the chair of the county council. You know, didn't think about it until it happened. Then when they see a role model, they say, okay, I can do it too. I think that women can get more done with less hassle. They know how to listen, and that's what you need to do first, is listen. Without getting involved, life is not going to be very interesting, for one thing. And for the other thing, we're in tough times. If people decide to get in their own little silo, their own little tent, and they're not willing to think about at least participating to some degree, we're in for a not good future. It's all about community, and it's all about the people in the community.
I was born in Mexico. 25 years ago, we moved to South King County, and I loved it because, South King County has this array of, cultures, people that we all come from unique backgrounds, and we just happen to be all coalescing here in South King County. Civic engagement is my number one priority. It's what I really have done most of the work. Is where I see a lot of the truly change that we've seen in the community now, and start to see more representation both in city councils, boards and commissions as well. In general, democracy has sort of been strengthened by more people, especially people that look like me, are in the process of becoming more civically engaged within their communities. I did a little bit of work with SEIU 6, organizing janitors. So the sexual harassment bill that was put together by janitors and became really the standard on how sexual harassment is being addressed at the workplace is actually one of the things that I feel most proud of. You have to always understand, but the great community organizing is guided by feelings of love, right? So love is what really has to move everything that we do. We have to take people wherever they are and kind of like move them along the way, and to kind of like hold their hands and just like be with them along the process.
So this is the future men's shelter and day center for on the east side and in Bellevue. It is looking really good. I like the paint on the day center area, the place where people will be congregating and coming in. We really wanted it to be warm, inviting, and connected to nature. It's going to be a place of health and healing and peace, because sometimes, when you're on the streets, when you're in the woods, that is not a safe place. It is so important for us to have places of dignity, places of respect, that when people come in, they feel welcomed, they feel part of community. These are so cool. We're so excited about these. We are going to be able to use them to do our linens. The staff is so excited about having these and being able to do this on a regular basis. It's such a big improvement to what we've had. Congregations for the Homeless started about 30 years ago. We have not had a permanent location, and so CFH has never had a permanent location for the men's shelter. We've had a temporary location, a place called Lincoln Center, which is near Bellevue, downtown Bellevue, and we were able to be there while we built this. We have many of the guys who hold full-time jobs. We are full every day. Well, now we get a permanent home. I know, a permanent place. When you have a home, you can actually start thinking about doing other things, and it'll allow some brain space. We have employment support, housing navigation, and mental health, substance use, addiction support, and general just case management, overall case management, wraparound support for folks. In addition to the real important basics, which is laundry, hygiene, bathrooms, places, just food, and we feed the guys 3 meals a day. This is where we're going to be able to serve the meals. We have a commercial kitchen. We are so excited about that. One of the key aspects of this particular space was making sure that it was warm, welcoming, connected to nature, very light. What an honor it has really been to be able to serve community in this way, and I have gotten back way more than I have given. And I think about all the people who have had this vision, who have carried that vision. I'm just part of it. I'm so excited to welcome them in. I'm just so excited. I can't wait for them to see their expressions. So, yep. I know. It is. It does.
Today we're going to recognize Catherine Carlisle. Catherine has been Executive Director of the Looking Out Foundation since 2012, and I'm very proud to give her the award this year. Thank you.
This is the first time I've received an award for my work in activism, and to be recognized in such a meaningful way is extremely humbling. We've raised almost $6 million to support social justice and humanitarian causes across the US and globally. I truly believe that the greatest gift you can be given in this life is the ability to take care of others. It is an absolute privilege, and I hope we have the chance to continue looking out for one another for many years to come. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thanks.
Celie Savusa learned from a very early age the power and importance of community. She established the first Samoan Pacific Islander Parent-Teacher-Student Association in the nation, successfully managed a multi-million-dollar Making Connections community change initiative with the Annie E. Casey Foundation, and became the first woman of color elected to the Highline School Board. Celie, a longtime resident of White Center, has built a reputation as one of the most successful and prominent Samoan community leaders in the Northwest. We've been fortunate to have, in White Center, to have Celie at the helm of the White Center Community Development Association and leading its amazing work over the past decade, from economic development to promoting community and public health and family support. Under Celie's leadership, White Center is a vibrant, welcoming place to all. Celie is moving forward to the Pacific Islander Community Association of Washington, where she will continue to build community power now throughout the entire state of Washington with the Pacific Islander family members and neighbors around our communities. And I'm so honored that Celie is accepting this year's 2023 MLK Medal of Distinguished Service. And every year as we present these awards, and more so today, I'm reminded of the words inscribed on the monument honoring the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King in Washington, D.C. Make a career of humanity. Commit yourselves to the noble struggle for equal rights. You will make a better person of yourself, a greater nation of your country, and a finer world to live in. Friends and colleagues, that is Celie Savusa.
It's such an honor to get this award because I would not be here at this podium had it not been for White Center, all of the folks that I work with across the county. To be recognized with all my colleagues here today, I think, like you were saying, it's not just about this award. This is just a moment in time. And, you know, how we take this opportunity that we've been blessed with and move it forward on behalf of the babies that will come behind us. I'm just moved and thankful to God for all of you. You know, Joe, Dave, Rod, you know, you guys are my friends. And you just happen to have this really shitty job sometimes. And where you get a lot of, you know, your people take a bite out of you. But, you know, you are here for a reason. And so is community. And so our ability for you to stand in community spaces, to really listen and take the guidance from all these incredible people who come here before you, I think that's the true test of honoring Martin Luther King Jr. And so I, you know, being somebody who's really pushed the county, I was here when the work started around the Race and Social Justice Office and really having difficult conversations at many levels within the county But one thing, I'm always lifting up. Remember, we're watching you because of what this initiative represents. So the relationships matter, and I'm just so happy to be part of this. So honored to receive this award, Joe. The chicken is better. And so, but I'm so thankful to all of you council members for the incredible work that you do in keeping, in holding community and keeping and lifting us up on a daily basis. So to my colleagues, you're pretty badass. And I'm really happy to receive this award alongside all of you. And thankful to God for all of you.
My name is Bill Campbell. I was born here in Washington, in Seattle, grew up in Selleck, Durham, Enumclaw, eventually migrated to Black Diamond. My family has lived here for at least 5 generations. We've been here for a very long time. I think that has fueled my passion for history. When Coal Was King is my column, published in the Voice of the Valley, and I write it just to remember historical events, to try to teach people or help them understand, once again, a world before they came here. This was the depot for Black Diamond when railroads came out to Black Diamond and basically, made the town. And this museum I call the biggest small town museum around.
The Black Diamond Historical Society Museum. The greatest museum in any small town.
Was it the High Heat Mine?
He worked at the High Heat
Yeah,
Mine.
the High Heat Mine there, that was number 68.
He helped us produce 2 maps that we have here in the museum. One is of the local mines. It has 43 mines on it based on the production level. And then a map of the railroads. And without his knowledge, they would not have happened.
I did work in an underground coal mine. I consider myself quite fortunate to have done so. It was called the Rogers No. 3 mine, and it was the last underground coal mine in the state of Washington.
You could just ask him about a mine or a person or the house or some project that went on, and whoop, he'll just whip it out, that history. Look here.
Yeah.
I love these pictures of the miners with their faces.
Otto Matson, he was one of the miners at our company. Bob Eaton and Frank Gadetti. We were speaking about, Gomer Evans, who was what I call, the godfather of the Black Diamond Museum. He just passed away, so I did a little tribute to him.
Bill captured the essence of him and his soul and that story and his contributions to this town. Bill is one of those people that when they write, they capture the essence of the person or the event or whatever and that's what makes his articles every week so fascinating.
Before all of this stuff, there were people, pioneers, and I like to remember those, contributions.
A big thanks to all our Service Award recipients for making Martin Luther King Jr. County a better place for everyone.